Rolling.
Hey guys, happy tennis day! And you know what? You might be thinking, what is he wearing? It is Literacy Week here at Bay Meadows Elementary School. And we're celebrating Dr. Seuss style this week. So we got the yellow and we got the nice Seuss type hat. So we're having fun here at Bay Meadows Elementary School. But I am so excited to start tennis. So we got
Mr. Walmart, I've got a joke for you.
All right.
Which tennis tournament is always open?
I think I know this one.
It's the U.S. Open.
Yeah, there's four main tournaments in tennis. And yes, the one that's in the United States of America is called the U.S. Open. All right, today is the first lesson of tennis. Boom shakalaka. Let's get ready for some tennis skills. So we're gonna do some steps that deal with control. In tennis, it is more important to have good control over power. If you have power and you're just hitting out of bounds, that's not going to do your team or you any good in this sport. So it's better to have good control. So we're going to just do some tricks today that will help us control the ball. The first thing you need to know is when you have your tennis ball, that the best place to hit is right in the middle. That's called the sweet spot. Oh, baby, you're so sweet. So try to hit the ball in the sweet. Now, will it work here? Yes. Will it work there? Yes. It just doesn't work as well as the sweet spot. So always try to focus on trying to hit it in the sweet spot. Of course, for safety reasons, this is more for our face-to-face kids, because you guys are probably going to practice in your driveway. You might be the only one. Maybe your mom or dad is around. But for us, we have 50 kids that are all practicing at the same time. So we need to make sure that we are in our personal space. You see these right here, these little tiny squares. If you are not in your space and you accidentally whack somebody in the face, imagine all these little squares all over their skin, then they will look like a waffle. So no waffle face here. We don't want any waffle face. Make sure you stay in your space. Since we just got done with basketball, we're going to pretend that this is our basketball and this is our big giant hand. So you're going to drop the ball, hit it in the sweet spot, and hit the ball down towards the ground. Let it bounce back up. You don't need to bring the racket down to the ball. And just see how many times in a row you can dribble the ball down, hitting the ball down. Let the ball come back up to you before you hit it, and hit it in the sweet spot. All right, next step, instead of bouncing down, we're going to bounce up. So we're going to bounce it up in this case. Again, hitting on the sweet spot. So you hit up. If you need it to bounce on the ground, that just gives you more time. Some of our younger students need that to keep it going, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If you are one of the older students, you can just keep it going. Now, angles are very important in the game of tennis. If I were to hit it with my racket angled, it would go to the side. Same with the other way. Same with this way. Oh. So you have to keep your racket at the appropriate angle. In this case, you don't want to really be walking around, so you want to keep your racket level and flat. And always keep your eye on the ball. So it doesn't need to go really high into the air. It really doesn't need to go much higher than your head. But if you're more skilled, it can even stay lower. But again, if you're maybe kindergarten or first grade or even second grade, let it bounce on the ground to give you more time. Notice I'm not bringing my racket up to hit it. My angle changes. and that will make the ball go behind me. So I'm waiting for the ball to come down to the racket. I'm waiting for the ball to come down. I'm being patient. All right, give it a shot. If you need to use two hands on the racket, that's not a problem at all. They have their equipment on the ground, ball's on top. This next trick is called the flip-flop. So you're gonna hit it on one side, then as it goes up, you're gonna flip the racket over onto side two, and then just keep flipping it back and forth. So flip, flop. No matter what side it's on, you wanna keep your racket level so you don't have to chase the ball. If I hit it crooked, you're gonna have to chase your ball. So make sure that you're keeping it level on both sides and you're being patient and you're letting the ball come down to the ball. Ooh la la. What else was I gonna say about the flip-flop? Try to hit it in the sweet spot and stay in your space. Keep your eye on the ball. Go for it. On this next step, you're going to do the popcorn trick, go low, and see if you can make it go under your leg. Ooh. And again, if it has to hit the ground, that's okay. Let it hit the ground. So it's very important to control the ball. Like we were talking about before, control is very important. This trick will not work if you're making the ball go to your left or go to your right. You want to control it right in between your knees so that as the ball goes up, you have time to bring the racket behind you and underneath your leg. It's a little tricky. That's why if you need to make it bounce first, that's okay. That gives you a little bit more time to do that trick. If you're still having a hard time and you want to just start with the racket underneath your leg and kind of go backwards, sometimes that is the easier way to do it also. So a couple different things you can do if you're having a hard time. Boom. On this step, you're going to go behind your back. This is a hard one for you younger students. So if you need to start with the racket behind your back and hit it and go backwards, there's no problem with that. However, get the popcorn going. By the way, I call this step popcorn if you didn't notice that. And kind of bounce it close to your non-dominant hand. And then when it goes up, bring it behind you to hit it. If you need to let it bounce, it's okay to let it bounce. Boom. Woo. Boom shakalaka. And you hit it with the handle. Ooh la la. And you hit it up with the handle. Ooh la la. All right, guys, this is a hard one, maybe the hardest. As you're doing your popcorn, you're gonna turn your racket to the side and let it bounce on the side. So, hit it up. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoa! I got skill.
So how am I supposed to do my arm thing when they're supposed to laugh?
You're still gonna do it.
Okay, guys. Oh, so it's on camera. That makes it even funnier. Okay.
Yes. Mr. Highfield, do you have a joke for us?
I do have a joke for everybody here. Which tennis tournament is always open, Mr. Wilmot. Oh, retake. Okay. I have. Oh,
Oh yeah, hey
Thank
Mr. Highfield, fix your hair before you tell a joke, man. It makes a difference.
gotta have my hat telling joke. My joke telling hat on. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
The racket. The sweet spot.
Disgusting. Gross.